The silent language of love. The human heart is a complex, intricate landscape, particularly when it comes to the unspoken emotions of a man who has fallen quietly, deeply in love. While popular culture often paints romance as a grand, theatrical spectacle filled with booming proclamations and cinematic gestures, the reality of profound affection is frequently much quieter. For many men, the vulnerability required to voice their deepest feelings can be entirely paralyzing. Fear of rejection, the risk of disrupting a cherished friendship, or simply the overwhelming weight of their own emotions can cause them to lock their feelings away from the outside world. However, love is an incredibly potent force. It is an energy that refuses to be completely contained. When a man chooses to keep his romantic feelings a secret, his mouth may remain firmly closed, but his body language, his daily habits, and his instinctual reactions will inevitably betray his secret. He begins to speak a silent, sophisticated language of devotion, a code written in micro-expressions, subtle shifts in priority, and quiet acts of service that are easily missed by the untrained eye. Understanding this hidden lexicon requires looking past traditional, overt expressions of romance and paying close attention to the nuances of daily, human interaction. When a man is secretly in love, his psychological and physiological wiring undergoes a dramatic shift. His brain becomes hyper-focused on your well-being, transforming you into the central axis around which his world revolves. This emotional hijacking manifests in a beautiful duality, a sudden, fierce protectiveness coupled with an incredibly tender vulnerability. You might notice him standing a little closer in a crowded room, remembering a passing comment you made months ago, or looking at you with a softness that he extends to no one else. These are not random coincidences or simple acts of polite friendliness. They are the involuntary, subconscious leaks of a heart that is entirely captivated. They are the ways a man tries to care for you, connect with you, and steady you without ever forcing you to carry the weight of an unconfessed confession. Recognizing these silent signals is not just about solving a romantic mystery. It is about witnessing the profound beauty of someone placing your comfort and safety above their own fears. It is an exploration of human psychology at its most raw and authentic. In the following breakdown of the 15 silent things men do when they are secretly in love, we dismantle the subtle behavioral architecture of unvoiced devotion. From the unconscious way his eyes track you across a noisy room to the absolute reverence with which he treats your personal boundaries, these signs offer a clear, undeniable blueprint of his hidden feelings. By learning to read between the lines of his silence, you can uncover a deep, enduring love that doesn't need to shout to make its presence felt. Even in a crowded, chaotic room filled with distractions, his gaze will naturally drift toward you, seeking you out as a comforting focal point. It is not a predatory or intense stare, but rather a soft, lingering look that conveys deep fascination and emotional safety. He watches how you laugh, how you gesture, and how you interact with others, absorbing your essence without ever saying a word. This silent tracking happens entirely on a subconscious level. He often does not even realize he is doing it. If you suddenly catch him looking, he might quickly glance away, flush with a wave of nervous energy, or offer a quiet, genuine smile. This persistent visual connection is his way of feeling tethered to you, keeping you close in his mind even when there is physical distance between you. The lean-in and micromimicry. Physical alignment is a powerful, unspoken language of attraction and deep emotional resonance. When a man is harboring secret feelings for you, his body will naturally mirror your posture, gestures, and speech patterns. If you cross your legs, lean your chin on your hand, or take a sip of your drink, you will notice him doing the exact same thing moments later. This micromimicry is the brain's way of establishing rapport and signaling. I am just like you and I understand you. Additionally, whenever you speak, he will unconsciously lean his upper body toward you, even in noisy environments where he could easily just tilt his head. By reducing the physical space between you, he is quietly demonstrating his absolute engagement and desire for intimacy. His body language is screaming his devotion, acting out the physical closeness that his lips are too hesitant to voice out loud. Flawless recall of mundane details. A man in love possesses an almost supernatural memory for the smallest details of your life. He listens to you not just to formulate a reply, but to truly understand and map out your inner world. Weeks after a casual conversation, he might surprise you by remembering your childhood pet's name, your specific coffee order, or a random offhand comment you made about a book you liked. While others might forget these fleeting pieces of trivia, to him, every single detail about you is a precious piece of information worth storing away. This flawless recall is a massive indicator of emotional investment. He is quietly building a comprehensive mental archive of your preferences, fears, hopes, and quirks. By remembering the things that everyone else overlooks, he silently demonstrates that you hold a position of ultimate importance in his mind, and that your words carry immense weight in his life. The silent shield, protective positioning. Deep affection naturally triggers a man's innate, evolutionary instinct to protect and shield the person he cares about. This manifests in subtle, protective body positioning that often goes entirely unnoticed unless you are looking for it. When walking down a busy city street, he will instinctively position himself on the curbside, placing his body between you and the oncoming traffic. In a dense, chaotic crowd, he will walk slightly ahead of you to part the sea of people, or stay close behind you to act as a physical buffer against the push and shove of strangers. He might casually place a hand near the small of your back without making full contact, guiding you safely through a space. These silent guard duties are performed effortlessly, and without any expectation of praise, serving as clear physical proof that your safety, comfort, and well-being are his absolute priorities. The heavy lifting, acts of service. When a man is secretly in love, he expresses his devotion by becoming the ultimate, reliable presence in your life through quiet acts of service. He looks for practical ways to ease your daily burdens, showing up to do the heavy lifting without ever being asked. Whether it is offering to fix a broken appliance, driving across town to pick you up in a torrential downpour, or helping you move heavy furniture, he gladly invests his time and physical energy into your comfort. He never boasts about these favors or uses them as leverage. Instead, he performs them with a quiet, humble willingness. To him, solving your problems and making your life run just a little bit smoother is a profound privilege. These actions are his chosen love language, a tangible substitution for the words of romance and commitment that he is currently keeping hidden deep within his heart. Emotional temperature checking. A man secretly in love is hyper-attuned to your emotional state, constantly reading your energy to ensure you are okay. He is the first to notice a subtle shift in your mood, detecting a flash of sadness or anxiety that others completely miss. Without being intrusive, he will quietly ask how you are doing or bring you a comforting drink, offering a stabilizing presence when you feel overwhelmed. Deep, attentive, active listening. When you speak, he tunes out the rest of the world entirely. He does not interrupt, check his phone, or look around the room. Instead, he gives you his undivided attention, locking eyes and absorbing every word. He validates your thoughts with gentle nods and thoughtful expressions, creating a safe space where you feel completely heard, respected, and valued. The nervous fidget and self-grooming. Around you, his cool exterior often cracks into charming vulnerability. You might notice him smoothing his shirt, fixing his hair, or fidgeting with his watch whenever you walk into the room. These involuntary tics are classic signs of nervous excitement. He is deeply invested in making a good impression and can't help but feel a flutter of adrenaline in your presence. Consistent digital responsiveness. In a world full of digital distractions, you are his absolute priority. He never leaves you hanging on red. His replies are prompt, thoughtful, and engaging. Even if he is genuinely busy, he will take a moment to let you know, ensuring you never feel ignored. This consistency proves that maintaining a connection with you is the highlight of his day. Softening of tone and facial expressions. His entire demeanor undergoes a beautiful transformation the moment he interacts with you. His voice naturally drops to a softer, warmer pitch, and his facial features relax entirely. The hardened shell he might present to the rest of the world melts away, replaced by a gentle, authentic smile and an expression of pure, unadulterated tenderness, seeking subtle physical proximity. A man in love is drawn to you like a magnet, constantly finding quiet, socially acceptable ways to close the physical gap between you. In a group setting, he will naturally choose the seat right next to yours, or stand close enough that your shoulders occasionally brush. If you are standing in a crowded room, he will position himself within your immediate orbit, creating an intimate bubble just for the two of you. This craving for proximity is entirely instinctual. He simply feels more at peace, grounded, and happy when he is within arm's reach of you. He doesn't force himself into your space aggressively, but rather hovers gently on the perimeter, hoping for a shared moment or a casual touch. By consistently choosing to be near you, His body silently confesses the magnetic pull his heart feels, making you his anchor in any environment, respecting and remembering boundaries. True love is rooted in deep respect, and a man who secretly loves you will treat your personal boundaries as sacred rules. When you express a preference, a dislike, or a limit, no matter how small or trivial it might seem to others, he locks that information away and alters his behavior accordingly. If you mention that you dislike being texted late at night, or that you need space when you are stressed, he honors that without complaint or pushback. He never pressures you, tests your limits, or makes you feel guilty for asserting your needs. This quiet compliance is a massive sign of emotional maturity and devotion. By respecting your boundaries without requiring a reminder, he is silently telling you that your comfort, safety, and peace of mind are far more important to him than his own desires or impulses, internalizing and validating your opinions. When a man is secretly in love, your perspective holds immense weight in his life, shaping the way he thinks and makes decisions. He doesn't just nod along to your ideas, he genuinely internalizes them, often bringing up your opinions in later conversations or adopting your recommendations. If you suggest a book, a movie, or a specific way of looking at a problem, he will quietly seek it out and thoughtfully consider your point of view. When you speak on a topic you are passionate about, he listens with profound respect, validating your intellect and insights rather than trying to compete with you. He values your mind just as much as your presence, and by treating your thoughts as highly authoritative, he silently demonstrates that he views you as an intellectual equal and an indispensable guide in his world, quietly celebrating your successes. A man who loves you from afar feels a sense of genuine pride in your achievements, celebrating your victories without any hint of jealousy or resentment. When you hit a major milestone, secure a promotion, or achieve a personal goal, he is the one quietly cheering the loudest from the sidelines. He doesn't try to steal your spotlight or diminish your hard work. Instead, he shines the light brighter on you, ensuring others recognize your talents as well. You might notice him beaming with pride when you speak, or bringing you a small, thoughtful token of congratulations without making a big scene. His joy is entirely unselfish and pure, arising simply because he wants to see you thrive and conquer the world. Your happiness is inextricably linked to his own, and your success is his favorite thing to witness, becoming your ultimate silent anchor. When life becomes chaotic, a man who secretly loves you will quietly transform into a rock of emotional stability for you. He does not flee when things get messy or complicated. Instead, he roots himself firmly by your side, offering a steady, unwavering presence that you can rely on completely. He becomes the person who helps you think clearly when you are panicked, who stays calm when you are overwhelmed, and who offers a safe harbor from the storms of life. He doesn't demand that you fix your problems immediately or judge you for struggling. He simply holds space for you, letting you know, through his steadfast presence, that you do not have to face the world alone. This ultimate act of loyalty is the truest, most profound definition of his silent love, a quiet promise that he is always there, waiting to catch you